Right, hello and good evening from Jakarta. I'm Gary, this is Watch Along Leeds, and sitting alongside me today is the fantastic Stuart and Lee, innit?
Yep.
Yep, there we go. So there we are. It's Lee, innit, mate? We're
How
just
we doing,
discussing
Gary?
off. All right, mate, are you?
Yeah, I am now.
Yeah.
All decorating's done now, Gary. Rail's been put up today. Everything's done.
That's gotta be a relief, eh? Feeling
That's
relieved
really,
and
yeah.
happy. I can see you smiling there, Stu. Big beaming smile. So
Might not
yeah,
last too long.
just in case you don't know, Stu's got some team news for us. I think. Have you, Stu? Tell us about,
Yeah.
enlighten us.
Right. Well, I don't know if for some reason it's not letting me share the screen like I can normally do. But let's just try again. But if not, I'll have to go through them. Can you click on that link, Gary, down at bottom?
Is it in the chat?
At bottom, you know what where the preview screens are at bottom.
Oh yeah. I could click that. Oh yeah. Ah, there we go. It's saying add to stream now. I don't know if that's gonna let it. It's not displaying anything though, is it?
No, it's not display. No. Right. Well, I'll quickly.
Oh, there we are. It's there.
Right, there you go, mate.
Go
There
ahead.
you go. Right, let's start with Leeds because you could do the Forest ones because I don't know any Elland players. But Leeds players: Meslier in goal, Ayling, Byram, Cresswell, Cooper, Shackleton, Ampadu, James, Sinisterra, Geltart, Bamford, and on the bench
Yeah.
it's Klaassen, Van der Heuvel, Yelder, Struijk, Gabby, Gray, Bate, Paveda, Rutter, Joseph, and Nonto.
Interesting thoughts there. I think you've just mentioned about what is it there? Our goalkeeping choice, haven't you, Stu? Go ahead, tell us a bit about that. What's
Well,
your
I'm a bit
thoughts?
shocked. I'm shocked that he's playing again. I thought it might have been Klaassen or Van der Heuvel again. You know, like we did against Man United, where both of them had a half each.
Yeah.
Because I'm confused with Meslier. When we bring in the Caldalo, Gary, in your opinion, is it to replace Meslier or is it for competition for Meslier?
Well, there's no sign of any interest in Melier yet, is there, from anyone? I mean, there's been a
No.
bit of speculation about one or two moves to possibly France for him, but there's nothing sort of concrete yet. As far as I'm concerned, I would like to see Melier gone. I don't know what's happened to him over this last 6 months. His goalkeeping's become really questionable. I don't know if that's the coaching. I don't know if it's confidence or the back four, or it's just a combination of those three factors that perhaps his game is degraded. He's not as good as what he once was. And perhaps it's time for him to move on. I don't know how he's going to regain the form that he had under Bielsa. Perhaps I'd like to say a little bit under Marsh. He had some good games for us, I think. But I think, to be honest with you, it's going to be difficult for him. There's still, believe it or not, Stu, looking through some of these Leeds United groups, there's still a lot of support and a lot of backing for him. That he is a quality keeper, he's still a young lad, and blah blah blah. But I mean, we watched that game the other night against Monaco, you and I, and I was sat there thinking to myself, I said it on stream, some of the decisions that he's making and some of the things that he's doing are suicidal. He might get away with it in a friendly, but when it comes to a championship game, he ain't going to get away with that. And people say, oh, well, it's all right because the level, the quality in the championship is lower. I don't believe it is amongst some teams. I think there's going to be a lot of teams down there that are going to be they're going to have some quality players, players who can read the ball, who can read the game. And for me, I think I wouldn't play him. I'd give one of these other lads a shout. I was impressed with the other guy that Allardyce put in. He seemed to be a bit of a better keeper for me. But he's left now, hasn't he? Was it Robbles?
Sure.
Joel Robbles. So, yeah, I'm not at all convinced by Meslier. I mean, he might do something for us today. He might do something to impress us, but it's consistency, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, it's no good. Anyway, any other things that stand out in that lineup for you, Stu, for Leeds?
It's interesting. Mally says it there. Jeffrey's played in the number 10 role.
And Dan, so we've got Dan James, and who do you think's going to play number 10 role?
According to Big Mally, Joffrey. Geltard's going to be number 10 role. Yeah,
in the hole. So yeah, just in case you can't see the match, there is or you can't see the LUTV. There is an interview being conducted at the minute, or it's a recording of an interview earlier on in the day. Oopsie daisy. I was just going to read that. I was just going to read the Nottingham Forest side out.
There you go, mate.
Thanks for that.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, well, they've got Hovarth. It's like anything in it with Nottingham Forest. They've got a right merry-go-round or a revolving door there, haven't there, of players. Hovarth, Worrell, Mangala, Williams, Kyoto, Awoniyi. I think he played against us last time. Mangala as well. Yates, McKenna, Danilo, Bolly, and Powell. On the bench, I can't see the Shelby, is it?
Yeah, Shelby.
Shelby, yeah. Bot, is it? Wood, Scarpa, Elanga, Fowler, is it? Orera, Huang, Panzo, Abbott. Nobody really cares. Some of these names I don't know, but I think have they been active in transfer markets, Stu? Have you got any?
Yeah, Elanga's coming from Manchester United, hasn't he? In his transfer window. So, by all accounts, I mean, I don't watch a lot of Manchester United for obvious reasons, but by all accounts, he's a good player. It's going to be a good signing for Forest.
Yeah, and solid manager as well, isn't it?
They're trying to get Henderson back as well, goalkeeper from Man United, who they had last season before he got injured. They're going to try get him back on loan again this season at Forest as well.
So nice. Oh, right. Well, that's some interesting stuff there, isn't there, from Forest? I think no sign of Dennis. I'm just going to put some comments on there, Stu. So it looks like you can manipulate what's going on screen at the minute, which is a good thing. TD5 is in. I'm not sure what that emoji is, if it's got a name.
Waving hand.
A waving hand. Is it?
Yeah,
it looked to me like it was oh no, we're going to have to watch this or they're going to have to commentate on it. I don't know about you, but I don't see any sign of any movement at the ground at the minute, Stu. Do you? They've still got the water cannons out, and there's not much going on there. He's played Joffrey in the number 10 role. Yeah, this is Big Mally who's put that one in comments. Hello, Big Mally. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? TD5. Hello, Mally. A up, Tom. I think he's coming in for Robbles. Yeah, possibly. I mean, that might be a lineup, but I mean, had it been me with Meslier, I think you've got to have a certain amount of trust, haven't you, in your keeper, and I just don't. I think I've lost all faith in him. To be honest with you, I'm not saying he's a bad goalkeeper. I think he's just.
No.
I just don't think his decision making and positioning is questionable for me. So I think, to be honest, Melier, he's got to be moved on. But at the moment, I would start Darlow. Yeah, has Darlow actually? Is that confirmed now that is it Elland is signed on the dotted line, or is it still?
Last I heard, he's having a medical.
Having a medical, yeah. Interesting one, isn't it? Interesting one. I mean, and apparently the fee is a fraction of what we were expected to pay for him. Is that right? Is some sort of deal?
Yeah, £700,000 or something.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there. I mean, I can't understand how we've got him for that from Newcastle. Maybe they needed a quick sale and they just wanted him off the books.
Is he 32-year-old though, Gary? He's old, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah, possibly. I mean, there is that, isn't there? I would as well. Yeah, I mean, if they've, I think when they're playing friendlies, I mean, like Byram, innit? They've got Byram in, and is he actually registered as a Leeds player? I think you can. There's a bit more flexibility about who you can play, and are these people signed and all this sort of thing. So there's no sign of Darlow at all. Rutter is on the bench. Bate, I'd like to see Lewis Bate, Pervader as well. So yeah, Shelvey, not John Joe Shelvey. I know. I was thinking that for a second. I was like, "What? John Joe Shelvey's now got?" He's been about, and he would have started Gray over Shackleton. Yeah. A lot to be said. Referees coming in to.
What's he called, Gary? Oh, bloody hell! New signing. And I keep getting his name. His name just a bit. Leeds signing.
Gravel. Havel, is it or something?
You know what I mean, don't you, Lee? You know what I mean. Ampadu. Ampadu says that he likes playing with Gray. Ampadu. Yeah. Ampadu. That's it. Ampadu. He likes playing with Gray. Does Ampadu?
Yeah, I can't. I'm stunned that he's not in, but I mean, maybe there's a bit of something going on there. Is there a bit of a memorial, something going on? Oh, it's dedicated. Is the match dedicated to somebody or something?
All I'm seeing on LUTV is a screen with players coming off. You know, after the warm down.
Right, I see players around the centre circle. Both teams stood side by side, shoulder to shoulder, and it's like a minute's silence. And I don't honestly know what's going on there. I can't. I'm going to try and.
There we go. Yeah, it must be to remember somebody. All players from both clubs got involved.
Oh, of course, it's Chris Bart Williams. It's in memory of Chris Bart Williams and I think Trevor Francis, is it?
Yeah.
2 bits of news, and it was. Did you read all the coincidences between them? Because I think there was something about they said something like Chris Bart Williams and Trevor Francis like literally worked together and all this other stuff, and Francis got Bart Williams. Right, kickoff has started. Leeds are kicking from right to left as we're looking, and the ball's immediately being passed back to Melier. So Tom Hill and Tony Dorigo are the commentators on the LUTV in case you've got that or you can't see it. And 25 seconds in, Stu.
Yeah, we're playing controlling football, aren't we? We're trying to control the ball a bit. I hate this passing it out front back low, Gary. It frightens me
Yeah,
to death. Here we go. Come on, Miss Leah.
it does. Melier's taken a few touches. He's come out of his 18-yard box. He's looking left, looking right, and he's eventually passed it out to the right-hand side, and there's a long ball up the field, and I think it's in the direction of Sinisterra, but it's gone to Nottingham Forest, and its possession's turned over, and now they're knocking it about on the edge of their 18-yard box.
Well cut out by Ampadu. Shot away, we hit the post.
Oh, there's a shot. Oh, is it in the post? I think it's Sinisterra from about 18 yards. Oh, my God.
Good shot, that. Really good shot.
Yeah, it was. Good effort.
I like it. We're moving the ball about quick, Gary. We're moving it about quick as well. From left to right, right to left, and, but Ampadu with a brilliant pass out to Shackleton.
Yeah. I think the thing is, Stu, I mean, we don't seem to be rushing it. We seem to be trying to keep our shape.
It's good, isn't it?
It looks a little bit more attractive rather than the headless chicken stuff that we've seen over the years, isn't it?
So look at that shot. We know with Sinisterra's got it in him, the one hit a strike from outside box.
Yeah. Go on.
It's free kick to Leeds, been taken short.
Yeah. A few empty seats there, I think, down at Burton.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's fuller than I thought it were going to be, though, Gary. You know, that must be a Forest side.
Yeah. Joffrey's picked up the ball. He's just miscontrolled it, and he's lost possession. Just had a defender on his inside there. I didn't see defender midfielder coming into him. So overall, not a bad start from Leeds. First blows, but there's a little bit of a bit of funny business going on with this stream. It keeps like pausing. They've got camera problems by the look of it.
Yeah, same on my end as well.
Yeah, it's like shaking side to side and all this other stuff. Maybe it's a signal problem at their end. Nice little bit of interchange there on right hand side. There's a pass up front, but it's gone all the way through to the Forest keeper over, I think it is, and Forest pick up possession again. So 3 minutes 40 seconds in at this end.
Yeah, but I'm level on par with you, Gary. I'm actually on time with you as well, which is good.
That's good news, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you something. We're quick at trying to whip the ball back as well, Gary. I like seeing that as well.
There's a little bit of press going on there, isn't there?
Yeah.
They keep displaying this peacock all over the media material, don't they? And it looks like that blue shirt is going to be the second kit, doesn't it?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they're going to make
a tackle by Forest defender there.
Yeah,
great tackle. Dan James wrote. Well, is that Dan James? Yeah, you were almost in with Dan James, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it's a good start from Leeds. Feeling quite positive that we're gonna, they're taking this one a bit more seriously, I think, than that Monaco game. But I think in Monaco game we looked better in first half again than we did in second half. I think.
Yeah.
When he made all the changes and stuff, nice little interception from Rutter. Is it Rutter? No, it isn't.
Bamford winning ball back in penalty in the Forest penalty box. Good to see. It looks like he's a bit more engaged in this game, doesn't
he? Yeah. Well, he's got it all to prove as Patrick Bamford. I think he's under a lot of picks up his fair share of criticism, doesn't he? He's he's had it hard, hasn't he, over the last few months. Anything that's good for him, I think, I'm going to be behind that. But I mean, he's coming for a lot of stick as Patrick Bamford, off the faithful, including myself. I'm not going to deny it. I've given him a bit of stick.
I think I've always said this, Gary. Patrick Bamford, what's best for Patrick, well, for his own benefit, I think needs to move on from Leeds United. I think I'm not saying he's a rubbish player or all like that, but what I'm
and that's
saying
a bad mistake at the back, and Nottingham, we've got away with one there. Who is that? Number 5. Can't tell who it is. It's Cooper, is it? I think it's Cooper. He's lost possession, and it was at what looked like to be a simple ball, and he's dithered on it, and he's had his pockets picked. The Forest player just goes bursting through and smashes one into side netting. Little warning for Leeds that this game isn't. It's not going to be one-way traffic, is it?
No, I'll tell you something though, Gary. Do you know what I have? Right, I know we haven't had a tour in Australia or in Thailand or in America or all, but I have been impressed with the games they've put on. The Man United, Monaco. They've all been competitive. They've all been decent sides this time around, and I like that. I think there's no point playing. I mean, I watched Tottenham Hotspur yesterday. They played a club who's just been formed for about 2 years, called Summit Sailors, and they won something like 5-1 or something. And it was these players were part-time footballers, and you think, what are you going to get from them, that sort of competition? That sort of opponent. Whereas this, we're playing against a Premier League side again, which is good.
Yeah. We know what Forest are all about. He's a decent manager, isn't he, Cooper? I rate him. I'm having problems with my AC here. It's whenever you think things can go wrong, they're going wrong. Luke Ayling's got the ball. He's taking a throw in now. It's just inside, about 20 yards up front corner, flagging Leeds half is on the far side. I'm just looking around for graphics actually to see, but you see this, they've not put shirt number. I can't see the Forest one. I've got the Leeds one, but I don't have the Forest. The graphic, but they haven't put the numbers on the players, have they?
No. Here comes Shackleton. Looking for Dan James.
He's played a little ball inside the channel there, but Dan James wasn't advanced enough to get onto that. So it's a good start from Leeds. Nearly 9 minutes on the clock at the minute.
It's been played at a good tempo. Tackles are going in and everything.
Couple of good tackles.
Some late ones as well, but it's competitive, definitely.
It is, Who's that? Oh, it is Ampadu. Ampadu is playing then.
Yeah, Ampadu's
that's 4. Ampadu number 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no names on back at Forest shirts, which makes it a bit a bit more difficult for us to identify who it is that's got the ball. Especially when they're playing away on the far side.
But when you haven't got one in front of you, difficult. Forest are not about when they're in possession as well, to be fair.
Yeah. And interestingly, Stu, they've not made it too easy to find the information on Leeds' website. So where did you get that graphic from?
Twitter. Nottingham Forest Twitter.
All right, yeah. I mean,
just type in Nottingham Forest Twitter, you'll come across graphic.
It comes straight up, yeah. Thankfully, somebody's made a bit of a graphic then, eh?
Right, because we can share screen. Where's it gone? Where's that one gone? Right. I'm gonna if I share my screen, Gary, and then we'll have both teams up next to each other. So share screen that, and then there you go. So if you just click on that, there you go, mate.
Yeah, mate. Good
on.
job. Yeah. We'll just wait for a few seconds, guys, for that graphic to appear because it's Stu that has the graphic. So it'll help us out a little bit when we're talking and trying to identify who's got the ball and stuff like that. But say again, Lee.
What did you say about Miss Lee? And then Lee do something right.
Yeah.
We've got three.
There's a bit of confusion between the Forest keeper and the defenders there. Keeper's outside his 18-yard box.
Tackle that by
that's a tough tackle.
Can you see graphic on your screen?
Not yet. No, can you?
No, I don't know what's happened.
There it is. Yeah, it was Williams. I think Williams has gone down under a challenge. Is it Dan James? I think it's Nottingham Forest that's actually hosting the stream, isn't it?
Cross comes in from Forest. Good head.
There might be a suggestion of handball there.
Good job there is no VAR. I noticed this, thank God. I don't like that VAR, Gary. It spoils game.
Spoils game, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Forest is sharing the same shirt sponsors as us as well. Box T. They're sponsoring everybody, these buggers, aren't they? I'm trying to fix the AC here because, there's a corner ball. It's away on the far side. Forest are going to take this. It's an in-swinger. It's right high and looping over towards Mellier's back post, but it's cleared away only to the near side. And there's a header, and Mellier's gone down, and I think he's just palmed it round for a corner ball.
See, we're only getting one angle on LUTV, and you can't see. Well, you know what I mean. You couldn't see if it were a good save or if it wasn't, but it looked like a good save to me.
Yeah, it looked like a good save.
Near post
corner for Forest. And it's defended by Leeds, and it's Lewis Sinisterra who's breaking away, but there's nobody in support of him at the moment. Lewis Sinisterra just goes beyond the halfway line. Plays a little ball inside. I think Ampadu's there supporting him.
It does look a good player, Ampadu, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he's certainly getting the plaudits, isn't he? I think he's had a lot of praise, but this is Daniel Farke, isn't it, for you? I think he's going to identify. He's going to have people in mind that he can bring them in and replace what we have with better players, people who are going to look like they're going to compete for us. And hopefully, he's got a few more in the background that those deals are going to go through. Certainly in August, I think that it's stuff that we don't really know about, innit, Stu? We're not getting any leaks, or there's been a bit of speculation swirling again today of Divock Origi and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh god, no, not Divock Origi.
Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well, Inky.
Yeah, I think Inky's there. He's joining us. Yeah, we're doing all right, mate. We're if you're just joining us, 14 minutes 45, and it's 0-0. Leeds have had the better chances, I think. First opening.
I'd say we played better football as well. If I'm
15 minutes, we're playing the better football. We've had better chances, and
look at that thread run by Shackleton, but then it's just that end product.
That's Shackleton. End product. He should have just whipped it over to the far post. Ampadu at the edge of the 18-yard box. It's closed down. Sinisterra plays a lovely little ball into Shackleton. Shackleton's cross is blocked, and it's gone for a Leeds United corner. And it's good stuff from Leeds.
I think Dan James is going to have a really good season, mate. I've got this strange feeling he's going to have a good season for us.
Yeah.
It seems to be. It seems to. I know people say like he's got no end product, but he seems to know where to be at the right time.
Right
During
place,
an
right time. Yeah, I rate Dan James. Oh, that's a lovely corner in, but there's nobody there to meet it. Ampadu's picked it up, I think, and he's played it wide again. I think
ball.
that's a lovely ball in. Oh, just can't get across the front of the defender, and I think it's Dan James, isn't it? Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no,
really good ball by Dan James.
lovely ball.
He's put some nice crosses in, not just in this game, but this pre-season. He's put
Yeah,
some really good crosses in.
some really good crosses in. He put a couple in against Monaco, and I was impressed by that. But no end product. Leeds just needs somebody to be in and sniffing in and around 6 yard box who's going to not can get in front of a defender and just get tapping. If you just winning tappings and headers and stuff like that. Because I think it's one of those areas where we've definitely been lacking in it. And Forest look like now they're not. It's tidied up. Is it Creswell? Is it? The sun is quite low in the sky, and it's causing the Leeds players a bit of a problem because they are kicking into the sun.
What a ball.
Difficult for them to pick out the players. That's a lovely ball over the top. Ampadu's in support.
Corner ball. Well done, Leeds.
Yeah.
Gary, are you a bit worried that we've not lack of signings because we're going to be making one shortly, but that we haven't addressed the situation like the goalkeeper, the striker and stuff like that yet?
I mean, there's speculation going around that Bamford's staying, and there's a lovely cross in. A ball's come out. I think it's Luke Haley just picked it up, but he's trying to fire a shot off Luke Haley in early doors, but he's not been able to do it. And Nottingham Forest are breaking, but there's a deflection and it's gone away for a throw in. We've got to, in my opinion, we've got to get Patrick Bamford out and get somebody else in who's going to play that kind of role. Someone who can finish, someone who's got a left foot or a right foot. I don't care what feet they've got, to be honest with you. As long as they know where net is and how to put the ball in the back of the net and beat a keeper. That's on my Christmas list. Am I concerned? Yeah, of course I'm concerned. I mean, the Leicester are doing business. Southampton have done a bit of business. They've got multiple signings made already, both teams. Everybody else in Championship seems to be quite active. I think this EFL business has really held us up. That we just haven't been able to get anything done until they've confirmed the takeover. But now that's done and dusted, hopefully the people in charge, and I mean, I'd like to say Farag, but I don't think he's very hands off, isn't he? He's letting Hammond and everybody else pretty much run the club. That's certainly from a footballing aspect. So I mean, let's just hope that Farke has some kind of shopping list that these are the ones I really want to get, and if we can't get those or they're not available, here's what my second choice would be. That he's got some kind of shopping list, and they know who they need to make contact with, how that's going to go. Try and get the negotiations open, start getting some players in into the squad as quick as possible. Really, certainly to replace the ones that are not or haven't been performing up to the standard that's going to be needed to get us out of this division, because it's going to be, make no mistake, Stu, people say it's lower quality, it's this, it's that. the guys who are in this Leeds side, they're a few years older now than what they were when we won Championship. That's number one. Number two, we've got a lot of players in who have never played for us. Oh, and there's a little foul there. I think have Leeds won a free kick on it? No, ref's played on. There's a shot. Wow. It's deflected. I think the referee was thinking about it, and he played advantage. And it's Patrick Bamford that's in the mixer there.
Well, you've read about Southampton, haven't you, Gary? They're on about selling James Ward-Prowse to West Ham for 27 million, and they're on about selling Latvia to Liverpool for close to 50 million. So that's 77 million pound they're going to get in two players.
Oh, and Leeds there's a lovely little ball from Bamford, I think, and it's City with a shot. Shackleton, in it, yeah. That's a lovely little effort, that nice little layoff by Patrick Bamford, but Forest is attacking up the other end. They're trying to play a long ball here, and thankfully Leeds players have all got back into the positions pretty quickly, and the danger's kind of snuffed. Yeah, I mean, they're going to need that kind of money as Southampton, but for us, we've got and Forest are in. Oh, that's
should have done better.
Blazer of a shot over the top, and I think it's Coyote, is it? Number 8. Coyote, yeah. And he's just he's picked the ball up, he's taken a little touch, and the Leeds defenders have just done enough there to put him off. I mean, it could really be a foul because there was a bit of a push there, I thought, knocking him off balance. But we've got away with it, and nothing happening according to the ref. So Leeds just continue. 22 minutes, 30 seconds coming up.
There's Sinisterra looking in goal, man.
Sinisterra is just absolutely causing them a total headache.
I'd love to keep Sinisterra if we can keep him fit all season.
Well, I mean, we don't even need to play him for a half of football. For me, I mean, this 20-minute stint is just a nice little run out for him, innit? It's if he has got glass legs, he's the kind of player that we know we need to be protecting and making sure that he's not going to get himself a bad injury during a meaningless friendly match. I mean, I don't know why we'd be bothering playing him, to be honest with you, but. You know, you look at what we've got on bench. Nonto's on bench. Joseph. Ruter is on the bench as well. I think Paveda, Bate. We could get Lewis Bate on there. Archie Gray, give him some minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're going to see a lot of these coming on in second half again. But somebody as valuable as Sinisterra, I think, you know. There's no need to even play him for an half. Just play him for half of an half. That'll do.
We're going to have to sell one or two of the 4 players we'd love to keep. Though, Gary, just so we can bring some funds to actually, invest into the transfer market.
Well, this is it. And I mean, I've been reading today that we're only allowed to loan out one more player. Into Europe, I think. Is that correct? Under FFP.
And then I think it's free in UK. We're allowed to loan out. That were a free kick and a half. Luckily, he's all right. I thought, Sinisterra is causing Nottingham Forest no ends of problems, guys.
Yeah.
No ends of problems. He's just won a lovely free kick.
Yeah. One of your viewers there, Stu, commented it's Jason. Comments, great to see the disabled team, massive representing. Sorry, go on, Stu.
Yeah, I think he's causing a lot of problems. He's sinning. Dan James, let's see if we can get this free kick comp money.
I mean, the fans and the kids that are sat there, they must be loving it because, I mean, they're literally sat on the pitch. It's such a small ground. It's a lovely little free kick into the near side of this 6-yard box, but it's cleared away by Forest.
There's Ampadu.
It's
Well done, Ampadu.
Awoyowini, and Ampadu's holding up Williams, and there's a bit of a foul there, I think, and Ampadu's conceded. Solid looking lad, him, innit?
Ampadu, I like him. I do. He reminds me a bit of Tyler Adams, if I'm honest.
He does, yeah. He does. He looks like a bigger version of Tyler Adams.
Does, doesn't
he? What's the word on Somerville, Stu? Is there any news there?
I think Crystal Palace are looking at him, aren't they? Crystal Palace are looking at him as a replacement for Zaha. Yeah.
And has Zaha gone to the Middle East?
I believe so, Gary. Yeah.
So maybe we should start doing some Middle East content, Stu.
I wouldn't know where to start, Gary.
We'll start a new channel.
Yeah.
Start a new channel.
The Middle East Booker T's or something.
Yeah. Well, they call it the Gulf, don't they? The Gulf of the GCC is what it's actually called. That incorporates all those countries. There's a bit of a problem here with, is it Cooper?
Yeah, so it's doing his wrist is having to change his shirt.
Change his shirt. They're putting a bit of is it a bandage on or something? Or he's got this on his wrist, yeah. So play is stopped at the moment. A lot of the Leeds fans there haven't taken the sunglasses with them. They might have been best advised to have taken them. They're all holding their hands. The sun is quite low in the sky and it's causing a few problems. But there's a play's resumed and it's ball's made its way all the way to Haverth. So Forest in possession. And there's a lovely little ball.
That's for your answer, Jason. Does anyone think that we'll see a shot goal from Bamford? You'd like to think so. You would, but I doubt it.
Awoyowini is down. He's being clobbered on his left ankle by the look of it. And we're just getting that a replay of that. And he's got in for the ball. And it's Cooper, and Cooper's got in for him. But I don't think... Cooper's not really done the damage there. He's landed quite awkwardly in that replay. And he's gone over. It's not a good tackle from Coops. He's beaten Coops. And it's the way he's landed, I think, Stu. With how he's gone over on his ankle. It's going to be a sore one, is that?
They might be taking him shirt off, but look of it.
Yeah, a bit of concern there from the Forest faithful. Will we see a shot? I mean, I'd like to say yeah, because I mean Bamford has got connections, hasn't he? He was once upon a time a Forest player. Yeah, he's kind of gone over awkwardly, I think, on his ankle there, and perhaps as he's beaten Coops, he's strided forward. He's just landed a bit awkwardly on it, and then he's gone down. Hello, if you're just joining us, it's number 9 Nottingham Forest player Awoniyi is down. He's landed awkwardly on his ankle, and from a challenge from Cooper, but the challenge from Cooper didn't really make any contact. He's gone down. He's limping down the touchline with the physio. There's a bit of chat about what they're going to do with him. It looks like he's entered back in the field of play again. Stu,
just gonna reply to Jason about Bamford. I will say this though, Jason. Right, we're all in agreement that Bamford needs to move on, but he is looking a lot more interested in the game. This time around, he looks a bit more engaged. Does Bamford now in this game? Whether or not that's because, like Gary says, he's playing against his old team. Um, One can only guess, but yeah, I think we all agree that Bamford needs to move on. Anyway, Forest, Leeds are in possession. Forest are putting us under a bit of pressure, so Leeds have gone longer down the line, and it's gone out for a Forest Forest throwing deep inside their own half.
Yeah. Is it match fitness? Do you think then, Stu? Match sharpness, match fitness, or is it just that we've got a decent manager in and he's feeling a bit more energised and a bit more motivated, perhaps?
It's
difficult to know.
It's difficult with Bamford because he's not this. He's never been a sort of player who. I mean, he's never been the most skillful player, but what he is hardworking, and that hard work, what we used to see in Bamford have, wasn't there. In last couple of pre-season friendlies, but he seems to be working a bit harder for the team today. That is for sure. So maybe you're right. Maybe Farker's got in his ear and says, "Look, we need you," sort of thing. Give him a bit of love. Put his arm around him. And he's
lovely bit of skill from Cine.
Yeah, wow. What a ball!
Ampadu with a lovely ball over the top. He's to James, I think, and it's not a good cross in. And Bamford's having a look across there, and I think there's a few words. I think he played it, and it must have got a bit of a deflection. It's got up in air, and it's not come to Bamford how he wanted it. A bit of an awkward one for Patrick. Jason says, "Yes, Stu, I say let's see how Bamford does, but I don't think he's due much from the fans these days." Yeah, good point.
I agree. Yeah. I think this is why I think for his own benefit it's best moving on, but it depends on if we can find a suitable replacement to come in this transfer window to let him go.
Yeah.
Last thing we want to do is leave ourselves short, especially up there.
Yeah, but we need a proven finisher, don't we?
Yeah.
Someone who's gonna consistently get goals for us.
Well, that's why I thought we were going to go in for that Joel Peru, or whatever he's called, but apparently we aren't even looking at him.
Yeah, you look around the media, and we've been heavily linked with him. Stu knows a little bit more than me about that one. Tell us what you know again, Stu, on that one. That we're not linked.
I mean, apparently, right? We aren't even. I mean, an article come out and says that we aren't even looking at him yet. Now the problem is, if Southampton, they're talking about 15 million plus about 5 million in add-ons, aren't they? So about 20 million pound to buy him in total. I don't know if Leeds are gonna. I don't know with the signings we're making, like Ampadu at 7. Carl Darlow at what 700,000 or whatever it is, or 400,000 or whatever his price tag is. I don't know if we're going to be looking at 20 million pound players. I really don't, and I think that's the worry. That's the big concern for me, and this is why I think Bamford will end up stopping at Leeds.
Yeah. A lot of Leeds fans are saying the similar sort of thing. When it comes to a striker, we need someone who's proven, and you've got to break the bank and make sure that you get the right man in for the job. That's going to be able to get the ball in the back of the net, and that's something that Bamford is struggling with. If we look at Bamford's stats, they're there for everybody to see. They're not very good. And over a 5-year period, they're even worse. For me, if he stays, we just have to. It's not a forward step from Leeds. It's not it shows that we don't quite have the ambition or that killer instinct that we need someone who can bury the ball in the back of bury the ball. That's it. We look around in Premier League last season. You know, some of those strikers, unbelievable. You know,
Yeah.
And we allowed Rodrigo to go. I mean, if we hadn't have allowed him to go, if we hadn't have allowed him to go for money that he went for, you know, I'd say, well, but you see, you don't want to be carrying players all the time, you know, dead weight. And I mean, people say, well, it's his late touches and laying down and all, you know. Yeah, but even his stats for those other parts of his game, they're not very good. So, you know, what was he doing last season, Patrick Bamford? I don't know.
I think did he get 3 goals in total or some last season? 2 or 3 goals. It
3, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough for your number one striker.
No, I mean Rodrigo played far fewer games, I think, than Bamford.
Scored more goals.
And scored more goals. So, you know, it's. I know if you love Patrick Bamford, you don't want to hear all this Bamford bashing, but we're not Bamford bashing. We're just simply stating that it's a weak link in our structure, isn't it? It's a big problem for us. Stu, off you go. Jason says.
Someone was talking about the Brazilian player linked Giuseppe Montello or something like that. Don't want to start another confusing chat like Alfie Archie Gray. Do you remember that, Stu? Yeah, yesterday I do, Jason, I do. And somebody, your Manchester Evening News called Archie Gray Alfie Gray.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, they called him Alfie Gray. So we were all scavenging around saying that as Archie Gray got a brother playing for Leeds, and it were actually Archie Gray that were on about. So these are journalists.
Well, they just make it up as you go along, Stu. That's journalism for you these days, isn't it?
Well, I'm good at that.
Yeah. We've made some comments about journalism, haven't we, on our respective channels over the last few months? I think is a few weeks.
Definitely.
Fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Gary, I'll tell you something else as well. I think the play. You remember when we were taught we banned on about this, didn't we? About when the 49ers were about to take over, and we said sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side and stuff. And we had all fans were saying, all fan channels were saying, "Oh, we're going to have loads of money to spend and all this and that." And it's proved that we just can't do it. We can't spend like we thought we would. Well, I knew we weren't going to spend 10 million on each player, 15 million on each player, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. I didn't think we had. I thought we might have had a little bit to spend, but because we've let 6 players go out on loan, without any income apart from Koch, which were about 300, about 300,000 or something daft. You can't buy a player for that.
Lovely ball again from Ampadu. I think Patrick Bamford's clearing for a handball, and I think we might have won a penalty here. Luke Ayle's over there. He's consoling the young Forest lad who's
no, it's Matt's on his face.
It looks like it's on his face or shoulder.
Yeah, it's Matt's on his face, isn't it? It wasn't a penalty.
Not a penalty. No. But Leeds have a corner ball out of that. And
some Verbill going out on loan.
Honestly, I'm fuming about that. And there's another diving header, and I think, who is that there? Oh, that's a lovely tackle.
Let's have a look. Black Cooper with diving header.
And it's a diving header. I think it's Coops. Yeah. He literally dives, and the bloody ball just bounced over the back of his head. It can only happen to Leeds United. Going back to what you're saying, I think as Forest just restart the play, it's just inside their own half at the minute. They're knocking the ball about. We've mentioned it on a number of occasions that 49ers are worth XYZ.
Yeah.
Nearly $6 billion.
Yeah.
And we talked about the difference between assets and cash in the bank. And the cash in the bank is obviously a problem at some on occasions and at times. We also have some kind of knowledge about Parath being very shrewd when it comes to player salary caps, transfers ins and outs. What is a player worth? And it's whatever the market dictates, isn't it? But are the 49ers going to back Farker to the level that's needed? Well, I mean, if you look at what the spend is on those loan players, it's about £120 million.
Yeah.
And so far we've recouped about 4 with all these other players going out on loan, with the assumption that we're going to go back up. Automatically kind of thing. It's almost a bit blasé, like Radrazani was blasé when he said it was impossible for us to get relegated, and here we are. So I think, we said this, and I think we agreed, Stu, that the grass isn't always greener, and at times you find that American owners won't invest, or they come in and they invest completely in the wrong areas.
Yeah,
in the wrong players, and the experience has to be Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, other teams owned by American owners are numerous, right? So there's a lot of discontent in those clubs about the owners.
Yeah, there is. You're right.
So I think the 49ers are going to, they're going to have to be a little bit. They're going to have to be a little bit more ambitious, and we want to go back to the Premier League, but with this squad, we've said it for a long time, there are players in this squad who are just nowhere near the level that they need to be at to compete in the Premier League. So you want to get up there and try and consolidate. It's the squad overhaul has to be a little bit more quicker, I think, than is happening at the minute. Hopefully Farker's got that point communicated to the board, and he's going to get backed accordingly.
And let's be honest, the 49ers' number one role is to make as much money as they possibly can for their investors.
Yeah, they're not here to make the fans happy.
No.
And that's where fans get a little bit upset, I think. That they're not here to make the fans happy. I made a video about, or a YouTube short, or a little clip, and I more or less said that club owners don't care about the fans because in the Premier League, the fans only account for a small percentage of the overall revenues in the club.
Yeah. The rest of it's made up by TV rights and sponsorship,
corporate sponsorships.
Yeah.
Corporate boxes and all that sort of thing. I mean, that ticket that I had for Man City game in December, nearly £400 for that.
Wow. Wow.
So happy days.
It was 45 minutes is on clock now, Gary. But I'll tell you something. I've been. I think it's half time. Yeah, I think is it half time or is it? What we're doing?
Yeah, it looks like I think the ref's just about to blow the whistle. It looks like there's a free kick for Leeds, and there's no sign or indication yet of one added minute. I've been told one added minute. Unless the 49ers are ready to invest in Premiership quality players. This is the thing, isn't it? I don't think they're going to be investing in Premiership players. They're not. They're going to be looking. What we need is to discover a Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Someone like that. There are plenty of lads in these leagues who know where back at net is. Silson have picked one up recently. Apparently he's 40 goal a season, man. And I think that's kind of what we're hanging on to, what we're hoping for. They're not going to extend the budgets to satisfy the fans. And I'm afraid, Jason, that's the cold hard truth of business, isn't it? This is why Liverpool fans are not happy. They haven't been happy about, and Arsenal as well in the past.
They wanted them out.
Trying to get the budgets out of Kroenke. Nightmare, like trying to get blood out of a stone. And they wanted him out. Glazers with Man United. But I mean, then you think about, hang on a minute, they spent nearly 800 million on Pogba, yeah, but Adidas made that deal happen.
Yeah.
And subbed Man United 16 million quid to get that deal over the line. So there's a lot to be said about ownership. I mean, look at Newcastle. They've not really spent that much yet, and they've got, one of the world's biggest, richest families behind them, the Saudis. So, that's going to be part of a club consortium arrangement where, Henderson's gone to Al Ettifaq or whatever it is. He could end up getting loaned out to Newcastle.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff is starting to get. I mean, it's complicated as it is, but it's going to get even more complicated with these club consortium ownership methods of owning different clubs in different leagues in different parts of the world. So, it's not easy, is it? Let's have a look at this one. Not Forest. Look happy to get in at 0-0. Yeah, I agree. They've done well to have not conceded. Leeds have had way better of the chances, the opportunities in that first half, and we're lucky not to have gone in leading at half time, or we're unlucky for that not to be the case. Joffrey and Bamford poor. Everyone else very good. Yeah, Bamford. Oh dear, Big Mally. I know. I don't impressed with Byram and James. Corners were corners have been good, haven't they?
Yeah, they have been good.
Consistently quite good. So yeah. Do you make more money in the Championship with unhappy fans or in the Premiership with happy fans?
In Premiership with happy fans.
Of course you do. Yeah, happy fans will spend, but nowhere near the likes of. The revenue. I mean, Radrazani's taken us from 35 million revenue up to about 200 million revenue. Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot gone on under Radrazani's era. So you can see Farke's signature. Yeah. Yeah.
I can touch on the revenue side of it with Premier League. Right. As you know, I live a soft life and I watch a lot of different fan YouTube channels. Leeds, when Leeds were in Premier League, on average, they made about £1 million per game. That's with shop, with sale at beer and everything. Tottenham made £5 million a game in revenue
Yeah.
from fans.
Yeah.
That's why I think these 49ers are going to concentrate more on that than anything else.
They're going to have the way that they think about is the word X. You know, they want to 3x the revenue, 5x the revenue, etc. Or whatever that is. And I mean, for us to compete with Spurs, you know, that's a big ask, a massive ask, I think. But there's plans there. There's a lot of talk going around. Stu, can you manipulate the chat at this time? You know, and do the highlighting or not?
No,
Cannot.
no.
I bet you could if you refreshed it, but I don't know if you can do that. But anyway, don't worry, mate. Don't do it. It's okay.
I agree, Mally. You can see Farker's signature on during that game as well. We look really good.
Yeah.
I liked what we saw, Mally.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Farker's. We're looking better than. I mean, against Monaco, we look good in that first half. Now things are gonna likely to fall apart if we come out with a different starting 11. Gentlemen, I'm going to go get a cup of tea.
Yeah,
So
if you leave your comments in, if you start commenting in the chat, guys, even though I can't get them up on screen, I will read them out. I will read them out and answer them as well. Gary's getting himself sorted out.
Yeah. All right then. Back in a moment.
No worries, Gary. No worries, mate. Nicky says, "What's everyone's thinking about Byron? Would you offer him a contract? A page, as long as it don't break the wage structure. Inky, I don't have a problem with that. You know, I think he's looked good, Byron. You know, you can see he's got a bit of quality. Big Mally says 4 million, Stu, £4 million, right? Cheers, Mally. Jason says, should we be looking at the 49ers as a stepping stone towards some super rich whoever? Well, the 49ers are going to want to be able to sell the club at what? I mean, I'm hearing talks of £1 billion. Now, that is it possible? Yeah, it's possible, but it's going to take a long time to get to that mark. Never. Right, right. Who said something about Firpo? Who said something about Firpo? Let me have a look. Someone said something about Firpo. Yeah, it's not was never happy with Firpo. I was never happy with Firpo. Someone said something about Firpo. Byram. Someone says that Byram's better than Firpo. Yeah, yes. Byram is a better player than Firpo. Definitely, 100%. Look, that half of football, guys. That half of football, I thought we did all right. I thought, I'm still a bit. Every time we try and pass out from back, I still get a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. Charlie, let me dog out. Come on, then, Max. Oh, there you go, big man. Well, little man. Comments. Here we go. Some more comments coming through. 49ers are super rich. Yeah, they've valued it at £6 billion or something out the Malik. And the 49ers Enterprises Limited are valued at £6 billion. But remember, a lot of that money from 49ers, it will be their investors. There will be a hell of a lot of investors in the 49ers Enterprises. Don't know if we're good or Forest were poor. Bit of both, Mally. Bit of both, if I'm honest. I thought Leeds were very good. Leeds were very good in patches in that game. There's no doubt about it. I hope we see the likes of Gray, Bate, Rutier and Joseph come on. Nonto, what would we do about Nonto, guys? If we had to sell one of the four main stayers, I think Nonto would be the one who goes for me. I can't help really disliking the money side of football. No, it's got crazy, Jason. It's like when you get a sour grape and wants the rest of the sweetness. Yeah, but unfortunately, mate, it's the way it's going, Jason, isn't it? You know, so the Premier League is is the place to be for all these football owners. I mean, I know, Mally won't mind me saying this, but Mally said this many times that he prefers Leeds being in the Championship because it's a more competitive league and it isn't solely all about the money because there isn't as much money in Championship. You know, we for Leeds United to get into Premier League and compete with the likes of, I don't know, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Man City, um, even Newcastle to a point now. You know, you need to spend that money. You really do. You need to spend that. Are you back, mate? Yeah. You need to spend that money and do you want to come around, mate? There's Max in. Yeah. So, I think you've just gotta it depends on what you're aiming to do in Championship in Premier League. If you're wanting to compete with big boys, you need to spend big money. If you're wanting to be competitive and finish around mid-table, I still think you need to spend at least £100 million each season. I don't just mean each transfer window, but each season, just to keep your team refreshed and competitive. We can only afford to lose 30 million this year, so we have to be careful. I watched that podcast today, Big Mally, on the one you sent me with 99 ways and on the square ball, and they said, didn't they, we could gamble and spend big and not for best we get up, but that'd have to do us for 3 years with transfer windows. Are you right, Gary? You back, mate?
I'm back. Yeah, it's all right. Carry on. I'm just listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were just talking about this. But Jason says we thought we beat off the Super League thing. It's still going to be done via the Middle East. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I made that video about should Premier League be worried about this Saudi Arabian league, and I think they should. I really do.
Well, I mean, it makes you wonder because the government are talking about drawing up legislation, aren't they, to try and stop teams from exiting one league and going into another league in another country. Air travel's never been as easy as what it is today. So from their point of view, the Saudis, if they could prize away a couple of the big hitters in the European divisions, it wouldn't I wouldn't put it past them to try that. Oh well, we've got a few players now. Now we've got a few players. Let's try and get the clubs to sack off the Premier League, and come to. I mean, that is It sounds outrageous, but that is a real threat because they don't take no for an answer, and they'll just keep throwing money at it until they get the answer they want. And the development and the money that's being ploughed in to Saudi Arabia because their oil's drying up, and eventually they'll run out of it. They need a country to generate revenue by other means, and sports is one of those means, isn't it? Look at what they've done with the golf, and I think Stu talked about this before, didn't you? They've done something with the PGA and all this sort of thing.
They bullied the PGA so much that they were stealing away the best players, and PGA give in and crumbled and give in to the demands.
Yeah, yeah. Don't know if we were good or Forest were poor. I think it's a combination of both, Big Mally, to be honest with you. I don't think we've seen a full-strength Forest team out there just yet. A team that really knows what it's doing. A team with a lot of changes, I think, in it. But they've been in Spain, haven't they, on a camp of Forest? I think they played, is it 2 or 3 games while they were there? Maybe they're a little bit jaded, I don't know. 3 games in a week, quite a lot, plus training. So they're going to be fit. We thought we'd beat off the Super League thing. It's going to be done by... Well, I mean, I look at it this way, that, back in the 90s, when Stu and I were not but nippers, it was the working man's sport back then. My dad's. I mean, he took a bank loan to buy a season ticket for me and him, and we got there, and it were the season Wilco took over. Following season, we won championship, and it was the sport of the working man. But you see, it's like anything else. The way of the world is that things are getting more expensive, and money's becoming no object, and the more money, the better. It is society's attitude, and it's exactly what happened. It's like a carbon copy of what happened when what's his name came in, Murdoch. Was it Murdoch? Beast, and he launched Sky. Yeah, he launched Sky in the UK, got rid of the Championship, or it was Division 1 back then, and replaced it with the Premier League. So it's just an upscaling of that, isn't it? That instead of having the Premier League exclusively for England and English punters, we'll have a global Super League, or a Middle Eastern Super League, and the English teams will compete in it. And if the FA don't like it, well, it's tough.
Tough, yeah, that's it.
And what they're buying is the club, the brand, the whole infrastructure of the club. It'll still be based in Manchester, but those players will be, expected to travel out of Saudi Arabia once a fortnight to play a match, or play a couple of matches against another European opposition, or Saudi Arabian opposition. I mean, I would not rule that out at all. They've tried it a couple of years ago, didn't they? The big European teams to break away, yep. And that all got poo-pooed, didn't it, by various different regulators and all this sort of thing. But what they'll do is they'll use the law to do it in Britain. But you see, other countries might not be. The Spanish are envious of the English league, the Premier League, because the Premier League generates way more in revenue, and there's way more investment. You go down to Silsden, some of that infrastructure at Silsden's paid for by Premier League, as well as the Football Foundation and a couple of others. But you see, that's the way the triangle or the pyramid system works in England. And that's why it's been so successful over the decades. But these guys, they're not interested in any of that. What they're interested in is they want world-class football in their country, and they want it now.
Yeah.
And it's the now society that we're living in, isn't it? Ampadu, yeah, I can't praise this guy enough. I think he's been brilliant for us this first half.
Second half's underway. 48 minutes on clock. Leeds gone long. I'm just trying to see how many changes we've made, and to be honest, I can't tell.
Well, there's no graphic, is there, to help us, and we have to listen to commentary. Look on.
Still the same. Is it still the same team? Yeah. Still the same team. Right,
Still
brilliant.
same team, I think. Yeah.
So there's been no subs. That's good.
Yeah, it is good. I would hope that we would have seen a new keeper, but you know, Farker's got his man, and that's it. There's nothing on Facebook page yet from Leeds United official about any changes. A lot of people still scratching around on trying to get what is it? That's why we do the watch alongs. In case you didn't know that we're doing them, because I know people can't either they don't want to pay for it, they can't afford it, they don't have it for whatever the reason is. This is why we do the watch alongs. Whatever the reason is, things are tough at the minute, right? So this is why part of the reason why I started channel. People still scratching around to find streams. Just join me and the disabled team, and all your problems will be solved. Stu,
Yeah,
shameless plug-in from me.
No, Robbie.
Yeah.
Look, another good thing about doing these channels, Gary. I wouldn't have met people like you if we didn't do stuff like this.
Well,
you're around halfway around the world and stuff, and it's to me, I'm hoping that I like to see it as a group of friends together watching a game of footy and discussing it as we go along.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I've got there's no, as you know, Gary, at my side of it, there's no angle or I don't do it for any other reason apart from enjoyment.
No, I mean you've got a good community there with you as well, haven't you? So you're doing great.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to do. I mean, I really enjoy it. I do. If I didn't enjoy it, I won't get it. Oh, hang on, Leeds are in here. There's a little attack going down the left wing, just on the far side. But Forest have got back. They're in the positions, and Leeds are a little bit stagnant now, looking for that killer cross or killer ball in. There's a nice little bit of play here on the right hand side. That's a lovely ball in. And I think
James again.
Shackle Dan James, is it? Yeah. Ampadu's in there to stop Forest from breaking away, and that's a lovely bit of play from Ampadu.
What a cross! Oh, corner ball. Well done, Leeds.
Yeah, corner ball. It's really good attacking plays this from Leeds. Really impressive stuff. The teams are out. Big Valley, yep. Of course, we were just whittering on about Saudi's trillions. Patrick Bamford with his hands on his hips. Just waiting for the right moment. I think
I'd rather have my morals and be happy than have all that money. Definitely.
Dan James takes the short corner, or it's a
corner ball again.
And it's another one.
He's alert, Dan James, isn't
he? Yeah, Well, this is what he gives, isn't it? He's alert. He's going to try and he's got a nice little ball into Geldart. Geldart tries a little shot into low and hard into near post, but it's taking a deflection from the defender's leg. It's another corner ball from Dan James, and this time it's an outswinger. It looks like he's probably going long. Right into the middle of the goalkeeper's 6-yard box, pretty much. It's headed out. And there's a free kick there. That must be, but referee's played on to right hand side again. And Dan James, and how nobody's got a contact on that right across the 6-yard box of the Nottingham Forest keeper, and nobody there to tap it in. It must have evaded about 5 Leeds players.
Green screen. It's 0-0, mate. What I'll do for Gary what I'll do for Gary is I'm gonna design him like a scoreboard. So next time we do them, he'll have a scoreboard in background.
Yeah.
I'll get that done for you.
Thank you, green screen. Yeah, thanks, Stuart, for that. Well, it's always helpful if we get something like that. Oh, thanks, Liam. Is it Liam? Yeah.
That's my son.
Oh, Liam's there. All right, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Cheers, cheers,
Liam.
Liam.
Cheers, Liam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll get you a scoreboard up for next. I'll design a scoreboard for you, Gary. Gives me something to do.
How do you do them? Is it banners that Forest are trying to get through here? But it's a little bit too much on it. It looks like it's go for a goal kick, and it's Huang, I think, and he just couldn't get on the end of it.
I'll use Photoshop for the graphics work.
Oh yeah.
So and then we'll add like we'll your timing and stuff. So I do with your OBS and stuff like that. So when I send you a timer through, just add it to your. Have you got OBS, Gary?
Well, I do have it, but I don't use it. I just use StreamYard Direct.
Yeah, well, if you use OBS and click on Start Virtual Camera, it takes you direct through to your OBS to your StreamYard.
Ah, so you do all that fancy stuff with virtual camera then? Ah, right, I see. We'll have to talk about that another time, Stu.
Yeah, but I'll definitely get you a scoreboard going.
Yeah. Because I'm not I did do a bit on Twitch once upon a time when I was gaming and stuff like that. I just started a gaming channel and stuff, and I was just messing about with it. Ampadu's coming off; he's been replaced, and Giabi's coming on, and a terrific performance from Ampadu. Really impressed with him. I think he's going to be a solid signing for us. Again, another really good performance in a friendly match from him.
£7 million. I know it sounds a lot of money, but it's a steal in football.
It's a steal, is that, for someone like him? Where have we got him from? Is it Chelsea?
Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea. I mean, I have seen a bit of comment, on the Chelsea forums about, some of the fans are really, really not happy about him leaving. And yeah, they're not at all pleased that he's made the switch to Leeds, and I mean that's an absolute steal for us, getting him for $7 million. I think he'll pay that back this season. I think with his contributions.
He will, mate. He will. Green screen, yeah. Leeds have been playing better at football. Leeds have had I think Leeds have had better chances. We look more hungrier than Forest. We're passing the ball around. It's not just aimless passing neither. We're composed on ball. Even Mesley. I mean, I know he takes one or two risks, but he's been more purposely looking for players rather than just kicking it out. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good, mate. I'm impressed with this. This is a third game of pre-season, and I think we're practically ready. I really do. Here comes Leeds again. Foul.
That must be a free kick. And the referee hasn't given it, but there's somebody down there gone rolling away. I'm not sure who it was, Stu. Could you tell who it was?
Dan James.
Is it Dan James? Is it?
Yeah.
It is Dan James. And the referee is now. This is bad news for Leeds. Let's hope it's not nothing serious. But he certainly got straight through the back of him. Made a little bit of contact with the ball, but it's a foul all day long. Is that? You can't come in through the back of a player like that, and I mean, he's literally gone straight through the back of his knee.
Luckily he's got back up and he's ready to go again.
Yeah, limping, hobbling a little bit, but let's hope he's not done a cartilage or out like that, because it's a bad one. Is that from Nottingham Forest, and the Leeds bench are not happy about what they've just seen there at all. Ampadu has been immense from Jason. Yeah, of course. I think that everybody agrees. If you're watching it and you've got a stream or whatever, he's been fantastic for us this half. No word yet from Leeds United about are they going to make any changes or any sign of any changes happening. Just read a couple. Yeah.
Oh, what a ball!
That's a lovely ball over the top.
First time cross. Oh, no one in box.
Oh,
Unlucky
Patrick Bamford's nowhere near. And is that
Sin again? Oh, Bamford.
in again?
Unlucky.
To the back post of Patrick Bamford. Can't get any
We
purchase
need
on
more
it. Can't
people
get
in
high
that box.
enough. Yeah.
Pervaders on in here.
And Pervaders played a lovely little ball in there from this right hand side. And how Nottingham Forest, how we're not winning this match, I'll never know. But I mean, this is the story of Leeds United, isn't it? You know, we think back about some of those Premier League games where we should have been dominating play and we've ended up getting beat. I think we've looked good so far. Kiss of death, need a goal though. This couple of comments on Leeds United Facebook site. I'll just read a couple of them out. It's a bit chat. I don't know if it's chat a bit quiet there at the minute. Let's have a look.
We still need a bit of quality in the squad. Don't get me wrong, but look, I'm not as nervous as going into the season as what I'll tell you that now. If we can perform like this, you know, we'll be all right. And you can see, like Mally says, you can see Farker's signature on game. You can see it. Really good play. Knocking it about well as well, confident as well.
And it's the same thing again in it. The first half players are doing the business. Now is Farker going to upset the apple cart, or is he? Is this pretty much what we think is going to starting 11's going to be? Morris, no, jinking little run into the box, and Coops has saved the day for Leeds United there.
What a defensive was it?
It's Hwang, is it?
Can be. Yeah,
must be Hwang.
Cooper did well to get across and put the final just at the right time. He intercepted, brilliant. Well done, Coops.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so they've got Hwang on of Nottingham Forest.
What do you think about Cooper then, Gary? Are you comfortable with him being a centre back in Championship?
Earlier on, I said I think I'd like to see back of him.
Yeah.
And have him replaced, because I don't know if he's going to have the pace to deal with some of these Championship players. But you know, he's held himself well in this game. He's not really been embarrassed at all, I don't think. But you see, back in Premier League last season, you know, at times, and he's injury prone, isn't he, Stu? So his age and stuff.
Keep him, it'll be as a squad player. It won't be as a
have him as a squad.
Player.
Yeah.
I think we need a little bit better quality, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because if you have a good centre back partnership, it helps your goalkeeper's confidence as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, back four, back two. It's really important that we have a good pairing in centre back areas. Again, isn't it, Stu? It's who do you bring in? Who's going to have that quality that's going to be needed? Is that Eddie Gray stood down there? I don't know.
So Farker in his screen.
Farker's there, yeah. I just wondered if it was Eddie Gray stood a little bit further behind. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but Leeds legend Eddie Gray. Yeah, Giabi now makes a nice little pass, but I think he's caught Pervader short a little bit there. There's a little foul, I think, is it? And it's Shackleton who's committed the foul. And Giabi's kind of, probably put him in it a little bit there with that ball. Sometimes it's just easier to clear your lines, isn't it? And just, look for a cross-field ball, look for a ball higher up the pitch instead of trying to play a little bit of an intricate football when you're under a bit of pressure in your own third. And Leeds have invited a bit of pressure here. They've got a free kick, Forest. It's an in-swinger into the 6-yard box.
Well done,
punted out, but Meliers finally caught a ball.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
under a
from
bit of
high.
pressure there as well.
You're under a bit of pressure, and he's caught that quite well. So that's a good bit of play, bit of praise where it's due, Stu.
Oh yeah. Look, I've always said this, Gary. Yeah, you praise. There's nothing wrong with criticising players when they've done something wrong. But just if they do something right, I will praise them.
Shackleton again, I think, committing another foul, and I think ref's going to go and have a word with him here, is he? It's two fouls in a couple of minutes. Might even be getting a yellow card, or just told to calm down a little bit. Yeah, referees just, I think, probably put him on a bit of a warning there and just told him to calm it down a little bit.
Jason says Messley has not had much to do, but he's had a good game.
Yeah,
I think that's, I think he's got. I'm not saying that he's back to his best or all like that. I'm not going to say that, but
no.
Credit where credit's due. Oh, Leeds, Bamford's in.
And Patrick
Yes!
Bamford finishes with his right foot, and there's a mistake at the back from Nottingham Forest.
I don't like the way he cups his ears like that, though. He did that when he was in
No,
Championship.
he's Patrick with his beard, Bamford. He's cupping his ears.
Come on, Bamford.
Giving the Leeds fans a bit of stick, I think.
Not like seeing that.
No, he's not helping himself, is he? He's not helping his cause.
No. Just put ball in back in it like you did, and just set
and
the praise and then get back to in position.
And it's a mistake, but it's pressured mistake by Joe Geldhart, who's made the right back turn back towards goal. He's tried to play a back pass to the keeper. It's a weak back pass, and Bamford's just been in right place at right time, latched onto it, and he's got himself a goal. And I think he's finished with his right foot.
Result changes now.
Patrick Bamford trolling the Leeds fans with his right foot and his goal celebration.
That's his last action at game as well. He's been brought off.
Yeah. Last action of the game, and Daniel Farker's taken him off. There are a lot of subs being made at this time. Daniel James has come off.
Cooper's come off. Bamford's come off. Right, here we go. Rutter on for Bamford. That's one that changes. Probably take him 20 minutes to catch up.
Yeah.
Contos come on for Dan James.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I think the way to describe this so far is a very convincing performance. We've had more of the chances. We've had a lot of possession. We've dominated in the right areas. We haven't let them have many chances. They've not really threatened our goal at all. Strauch has come on for Liam Cooper, as well. Bamford finally gets finally, I think, Jason. Let's not say Bamford never scores, lol, told you. I hope you had £5 on it, Jason.
And Yelder's come on for Sam Byram.
Elder, alright, Elder's come on. So I mean, you look through our squad, it's not a bad squad at all, is it? But you still think it needs a bit of strengthening, I think.
Yeah, I definitely, Gary. Yeah, definitely. Still need. I still think we need as many players as what we needed before this game started.
Yeah, in key areas, I like Ayling as well. We've not really talked much about Ayling, I don't think. I'd like to see the back of Luke Ayling. But it's like it's the same question. Isn't it? Who's going to come in for him, and how much we're going to get for him? Probably not a lot, but you never know. We'll send the Sheikh some YouTube videos of his quality work. Guys, Stu said earlier that we're doing okay with what we have. Imagine some quality. Yeah. I mean, we could say all day long that this is a Premier League opposition, but they had 3 games last week, I think, in Spain, plus training. Are they a little bit jaded, Nottingham Forest? Is Cooper not? Is he just using this as an opportunity to look at some players? I think he probably is. Perhaps they're not taking it as a serious game. But Forest do look much the weaker side, in my opinion, on this one.
I've always said, Gary, the scorelines, the score
lovely ball from Monto.
Leeds got throwing. I've always said that scoreline's practically irrelevant when it comes to pre-season friendlies, apart from gaining striker confidence. What I would, and before this game, I said I wanted to see us gel a bit, and I wanted to see us have like a blueprint of an idea of how we're going to play. And I think we've ticked both them boxes in this game. I think there's been a lot of good plays, a lot of 1-2s between Leeds players, give and goes, and I think we have seen a blueprint of Daniel Farke's Leeds United, what it's going to be.
Plan, yeah, what he's got in mind. I think you're right, Stu. I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's always nice to get a victory. I think that lifts the mood a little bit. After so far quite a negative campaign in it pre-season, we've not had. It's a first victory after 2 defeats. And then obviously there's the you factor in the Premier League campaign and the disappointments there. For them to get a win against the Premier League opposition, just something to boost the confidence, and it gives the fans something to feel a little bit more positive about. Because perhaps, we thought, well, all right, it is a friendly, but, you'd like to see him stick balling back at net. And we didn't create many chances during that game. If I remember rightly, I can barely even remember one. I think probably a chance came right late on from Patrick Bamford. And it didn't bury it. So, a lot of fans are probably this week, upwards before the start of this game, are feeling a little bit low, a little bit negative about it. That here we go again. Patrick Bamford, we started, and he's come up with the goods today, hasn't he? But in a normal game, is he going to get that kind of opportunity? Those kinds of backpassers, few and far between. But when they come, you've got to bury him, and he's done it. So a little bit of confidence. Forest have a free kick here. It's right on the touchline. It's just outside the 18-yard box.
As a striker, all you could do in that situation, what Bamford Bruno is put ball it back at there, and he did it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, that's all he's got to do. And he did it with his right foot, Stu. Always, really so that's good to see. Yeah, poor little bit of play there from Nonto. I thought he'd try and control that a little bit better, but anyway, Forest have got the possession. It's being pushed over to the right hand side, but there's a cross in and it's cleared. As far as Willie Nonto's being fouled. He's got up and he's fouled again, and I think the ref has actually blown the whistle there. Yeah, he has. It's Williams committing the foul for Nottingham Forest. 73 minutes on the clock. Are we going to see some game management now, or do we see us going for a second? I think we should just go for a second. Yeah, just keep doing what we've been doing. In a competitive match where there's 3 points at stake, game manage it, but still you've got 20, maybe 16, 17 minutes left. And Leeds are in here. They could be in. Oh, there's a slip. And it's gone through to Rutte. There's a shot and it's just gone wide. Is it Pervada, was it? Yeah. Nice little effort from Pervada, that. And he's just low and hard. He's slipped right at the crucial moment. A couple of players got in his way. Ruteg managed to make it awkward for the Forest defenders, and Pervada picked it up from about 20 yards, hits it with his left boot, and it's just flashed wide of the post. Yeah, 17 minutes in a game. It's still a long time, isn't it, for game management? And you would probably do that where there's 3 competitive points. Punt it down into opponent's corner, try and hold it up, do whatever you can to try and waste a bit of time. But it depends who you're playing, doesn't it? And I don't really think this is in a friendly. You don't want to see that kind of play in a friendly. You want to see 2 teams going at it, trying to get themselves a goal or whatever it is. Have a little bit of showmanship and a bit of sportsmanship, bit of showboating in a friendly.
There's a lot more positives to take from this game than negatives. That is for sure.
Yeah, it's a really, really good result. Is this for us? And I know it's a friendly, but the result is one thing, and the performance is of course it's the main thing, isn't it? And they all seem to have played really well. Interested? Did you read about Farke's training regime that the players are in, Stu?
I know they've been physically sick afterwards.
Apparently,
that's
yeah.
All I can tell you.
Interesting.
The players have been physically sick, so they've been really put through the tests.
Yeah. Yeah, Forest don't look like they have an answer to the way that we're playing. Yeah, it just makes you wonder if and Rutte could be in here. Oh, and there's a crucial interception at the back there. A little sliding tackle to try and punt the ball away. The Forest have actually made some substitutions, but we don't know quite who they are. I'm sure we could probably go and have a look if we wanted to, but we're sort of glued to the game at the minute. Yeah, it's over on the far side. Diaby picks it up, plays a little ball back, and Leeds are back in possession of the football. Creswell out to Nonto. Nonto tries a little flick on the inside. Rutte picks it up. Diaby plays a little ball into Pervada. Oh, there's a little ball on there for Nonto, but it just got intercepted. Some really good play from Leeds United. This
really good nice idea.
Nice little passages of play. Only 9 more goals for Bamford to get into the friendlies don't count to your goal season tally. He's going to have to do it all again on August the 6th.
Tottenham won the cup in the pre-season friendly tournament. I'm sure they'll be telling everyone during season that they've won the cup, even though it was pre-season.
Which one is that?
I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called. Even the pre-season tournament they had and they won it. Is it the Ship Cup or something like that?
Oh yeah, I've heard about this. Where have they been on tour? It's not Singapore, is it?
Thailand.
Thailand, right?
Yeah, but mainly Thailand.
Yeah, because Liverpool are playing in Singapore on 30th of July. So you never know. I might fly up there and try and do a special. If the airfare's cheap.
Far away from you, then, in Singapore, too far away, then, Gary.
Singapore's an hour and 20 minutes on the plane.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
We've got Singapore, Malaysia to the north, about an hour and 40 to Malaysia, and an hour and 20 to Singapore, and then out to the east, Bali, and then 3 hours to South Australia or Perth. So Perth's right down at quite far down on that west coast. So interesting part of the world. Nice hot weather here again today. I thought we'd have got more work out of. Yeah. This isn't. It's not. Oh, they're in here. Don't speak too soon. But that's a nice little tackle. I think it's Creswell, is it? And Paveda brings the ball away. He's returning the possession, and that's exactly what you need to do at this point in the game. Nonto also returning the possession, plays the ball back. 80 minutes coming up on the clock. In case you're not watching the stream, take the corporate jet. Well, I mean, one day you never know. Might have a corporate jet, Stu. We might be famous YouTubers, Stu.
I couldn't cope with pressure of being a famous YouTuber, Gary. I really couldn't. I couldn't, honestly. I'm happy with what we've got.
No pressure for you, Stu.
Yeah. Do you know, we were talking about this off air, Gary, the other day, and you don't realise how much work goes into YouTube,
Folk don't. They don't. They have no idea how much goes into it, especially when you're making a video or even just doing this. There's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes, isn't there? Before we Nottingham Forest yeah, it's just a highlight. Just a highlight. Don't panic. Don't panic, Gary. Don't panic. It's there's a little bit of a stoppage in play. There's been a foul while that highlight's been on. We haven't seen much of Sam Greenwood yet, have we? This pre-season.
No.
Can you recall seeing out of Sam Greenwood? I can't recall seeing it much about him.
He's not even on bench, is he?
No, he's not.
No.
So if he's
my famous enough for me and the community we love. Cheers,
yeah.
Jason.
There you go, Jason. Thank you very much, Jason. Yeah. It's Forest is trying to get in here. They've got a little passage of play, but it's defended nicely, and Wilfred Nonto is opening the legs up there against one of the Forest players against Williams, and he's beating him for pace. Picks up the ball. Forest do look a beaten side now. They look jaded. I think is the best way to put it. Both sets of players. Joseph's on as well. Is that Joseph on far side?
Yep.
It is, isn't it?
I like Joseph. He looks a right little player. He looks a really good player. Really good prospect for Leeds. Really does. Yeah. I think we've got a really good youth academy, but I just don't want us to solely rely on the youth. Champions.
Yeah, I mean, you need a bit of experience in there. You need, and I still think, and I still say this, that we never really replaced Pablo Hernandez.
No, we didn't.
I haven't. I can't think of a player who was who had that vision and that skill set where passing's concerned. Threading a ball, picking out a pass that nobody else can see, playing the impossible pass that nobody else would think about. And I still think that we need it. If we could find another Pablo Hernandez, that could be on something on Farke's shopping list for me. I think get somebody like him in would be all right. And I just wonder, is that the Sam Greenwood? Is that going to be the Sam Greenwood kind of role? Oh, there's a shot, and has it taken a deflection? It's gone over. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Leeds fans away there. They're quite happy with what they're seeing.
Yeah, really good, in really good spirits, aren't they?
And yeah, like we are on this live stream, Stu. I'm feeling, I
Yeah,
could go.
I'm happy with what I'm seeing.
I could go to bed, get 3 hours sleep, and I'll be quite happy when I wake up again for work. We'll have to get some more subscriptions. Don't worry about subscriptions, mate. It'll happen when it happens. Don't worry about it, Jason. I don't worry about stuff like that.
I don't worry
I
about
mean,
it.
we talk about it, but we don't worry about it here. I don't worry about it. Folk will subscribe if they like the content. That's it.
Yeah.
And Leeds are in here, and there's a shot, and that's
Pervaded,
2-0.
yeah,
It's Pavetta with a fantastic shot from about 25 yards. Absolute screamer. Absolutely thumps it into the bottom left-hand corner. There's nothing Oveth can do about it. Yeah. And it's another goal from Leeds United. And
great goal.
I felt happy, but now absolutely delighted with this. Quality finish that is from Pavetta. But he's another player that I don't understand why we sent him out on loan. But you see, all of that was Orta's and I think probably Marsh's. Let's get these out, and I can get some of my own players in. And they never got a run inside. He's a lovely finish.
Low and hard.
Low and hard. He's about 20 yards out, something like that. Keeper dives to his left, and he just can't get his hand to it. It's past him before his hand gets down, so it's a lovely shot. Bit of pace on it. And I think that's Giabi. Tries to play a little ball into Joseph, but it's cut out, and Leeds are looking for a third here. That Forest are going to be quite demoralised, I think, by this little defeat. Although it is a friendly, but it's a psychological thing, Stu.
Well, they've been beaten by a relegated.
They've been beaten by a relegated Leeds side that everybody had written off.
Yeah.
By players who everybody else had written off. We thought that's the end of their career, and suddenly they're back. And they're proving themselves. I would hope that.
I've always said Pascal Stroik's really good in air. The problem is he's just not very good at directing headers.
Directing headers in front of goal. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Did he miss a couple of chances? Was it Newcastle?
Yeah.
There were identical chances in that Newcastle match, and I was sat there. I was like, "How the hell he's not buried that? I'll never know."
Yeah.
But you see, he didn't come in for anything like the criticism Bamford did over that missed penalty. So, such is the game. It's a funny old game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who was it that said that it's a funny old game? Was it Jimmy Greaves?
Jimmy Greaves.
Was it? It's a funny old game.
You'd almost think Leeds want to win the championship.
Yeah. Hooray. Well, we're not there just to make up numbers. I mean, a lot of people have probably got us down to win it.
Second
talking about it and actually doing it are two different things. It's a long season, a lot of games.
Where is that free kick?
Free kick must be.
Yeah, it's.
And it's Williams who's committed the foul there. He's just dragged down one of the Leeds players. I didn't see who it was, guys. Did you see who it was? I'm not sure who it was, actually, that. Might have been Strauch or Pavetta, was it? Yeah.
Pavetta, like. Yeah, Lee's got eyes like radar, and he don't miss a beat when it comes to football. You know.
I can't see out at 4 a.m. I don't think I'll do any more live games at 4 a.m. 3:30 a.m. I don't know how I'm gonna. But then again, I've had quite an easy week this week, so yeah, we should be all right.
Then, Gary, over there.
Well, we're back at school. Back this week. We've got a half. It's a bit of a ball ache, to be honest with you. It's because the move Eid changes in the calendar, right? So that when Eid happens, we get a 2-week holiday for that, and I think it's in April next year. The next Eid holiday is in April next year, so I'll get a 2-week holiday for that. I'll get about 3 weeks at Christmas, as well. So there's a lot of public holidays and stuff, and Melier's playing silly buggers here. Luckily, Jayabi's got him out of it, and that's a really poor pass. And it's Helder who's made a misplaced pass. It's gone out. Forest throw in. Halfway inside the Leeds half, but Forest have chosen to play it back and try and keep possession. It's deep inside their half now. Yeah, I think 90 minutes on the clock, folks, and that's full time. And Cooper and Farker share a little hug there at the end of the game. And Daniel Farker is going to be the happiest manager out of the two, I think is the way to say it. Patrick Bamford not endearing himself or trying to re-endear himself with the Leeds faithful over his goal celebration. But he's got one for us today, is Patrick, and it finishes Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds United 2. Over to Stu and Lee.
Really enjoyed that game. For a friendly, it were played by, especially by Leeds at the right tempo. I thought Leeds were the better team from minute one. If I'm honest, I thought we fully really deserved 2 goals. I thought we created well, scored well, defended well, gelled well, played. Really good to see Farker's signature on the game. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the. We've got another game on with pre-season, which is Hearts.
Yes.
So
Hearts is next match.
One more game. So got one more game before season gets well and truly underway. We've been talking about Harrison and Adams being out until September. I'll be really honest with you. I don't think we're gonna miss them. I think we've got the quality in Ampadu who can take up Adams' role quite comfortably, and I think we've got lots of wingers who can take up the role of Harrison. So yeah, all good. I'm an happy man. I think we've had a really good pre-season. I don't mean about the results, but I meant the quality of competition. The play. It's good to see the players got an hour before we started making substitutions. Good to see Bamford get on goal scoring sheet. Good to see Paveda getting on as well. Hopefully that spurs Paveda and Bamford on. So I think Paveda. There's nothing wrong with his. I'm never going to question his quality. It's just his attitude. But if he continues to play in this vein, the future's looking good for Leeds. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, he's had questions raised about his attitude, hasn't he, Paveda? By the sounds of it, that he's not the easiest of players to manage from a coaching point of view, and he has had a record of disagreements with coaching staff by the sound of it. But as far as I'm concerned, the threat posed by Nottingham Forest was really well contained. And just to let you know that the Leeds players are actually conducting a warming down session at the moment. They've all been sent out to do a warm down. The Forest players have gone back straight to the dressing room by the look of it.
Yeah.
And it, Big Mally says, and I totally agree. 2 well taken goals. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with him there. We've dominated in all areas of the pitch. Forest haven't really had much of an answer for us. I question whether it is a full strength Forest side that we've seen, or if Cooper isn't quite sure yet who his strongest 11 are. So there is that aspect, and there is a question of are they actually fatigued? They've played a lot of football, done a lot of training out in Spain. Has that had an effect on them? So I wouldn't take it for granted that we're going to be all right. I still think we've got a lot to do. I still think there can be changes made, and a couple of fresh faces brought in weaker areas. We've already identified those. Meslier has literally had nothing to do tonight. It's been a waste of an appearance for me. I think I would have probably given one of the other keepers a run out in the second half, knowing that Forest haven't really done much to us in that first half to really make me think, oh, you know what, I need my most experienced keeper in. So I would think that there's still a few things to work on. I think Farker is doing a great job getting them gelling, like Stu said. We've knocked the ball about well. The players look like they enjoyed the football today, and I think that was important. That because I'm not so sure that some of those players in that squad have enjoyed being a Leeds player over the last few months. I certainly wouldn't have done, and I'm pretty sure most folk wouldn't have enjoyed pulling on the Leeds shirt every game. Because they've been in the know about what's going on in that boardroom or at management level, having different managers and all the upset that's gone along with that. So I think, let's just hope that today is a turning point in the right direction, and these are the early signs of a Leeds United team and squad that's going to go out and do some good things in the Championship. But that's not to be underestimated. These other teams are quite a bit ahead of us in their preparation, and that's what makes me think that there's still a lot to do. Stu?
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said, Gary. I think there's some, there's a lot of pluses to come from this game, though. Like you says, we are there. We are
the finished article, yeah.
No, we're not. We're not the finished article.
But we're well. Go on. Sorry, mate.
We're well on its way, aren't we, Gary?
Yeah, it's a big step in the right direction, huh?
Just need some experienced Championship players to come in to give these young players an hand.
Yeah, I think when we get to a point where game management is an issue, or could be an issue against these other sides, that's when your experience comes in, doesn't it? Instead of trying to go on and get a second, do we try and manage the game and just shut it out for the 90th final whistle, etc. TD5, hi lads, we weren't brilliant. I disagree. I thought we were at times brilliant. I thought we were really knocked the ball about really well, but we were good. Farker is really getting his ideas across now, but Forest were really poor. They could be getting relegated. Possibly. Pervader is the man of the match for TD5. Yeah, I thought he did really, really well today for us. We'll have a better idea on Sunday, Rio starting 11. Yeah, I totally see your point. I think so. Hearts is going. It's Hearts, isn't it? And that's up there, isn't it? In Scotland, that's going to be a good run out for them. Is that? I think.
Let's hope Darlow gets in. Let's hope we can get Darlow in before then, and make it see him start game against Hearts.
Yeah, I totally agree. Drama is injured, Mally. Apparently, I didn't know that. So I don't know the nature of the injury or anything like that. But if you do know, pop it in the comments. We'll highlight it. Right direction, Mally. You were a bit down last night. Have you seen anything to make you feel better? Some good chat going on in the chat today, guys. Thought they were very good, Jason. Yeah, I thought so too. Cheers, Tom. Not sure if Melier made a save. I don't recall it. I don't recall him making a direct save from a shot on goal.
He made that save in first half, didn't he? Where I said that the camp, I couldn't quite see if it were a good save, but it looked like one. He got down well and he pushed it round corner.
Got down, smothered it, and
and then it second half he caught it, didn't he? Under pressure.
Yeah. We're going to get better as fitness improves. Yeah, I mean, fitness is a key thing, isn't it? And that's something that Luke Ayling mentioned, isn't it, in the final game of last season? I think that perhaps the squad fitness isn't what it was under Bielsa, and there were a few words said about that, if I remember rightly. There's a future we can believe in. Yeah, I feel a lot better now after watching that. It'll certainly make my Friday a very happy day. Now, after watching that performance, I'll certainly be... I mean, if we'd have gone there today and lost and got thumped, I think I'd take the day off.
I like that one. I like that one. What you said, and I like that one. What Mally's just said there, as the Beatles once said.
It's getting better all the time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're not happy Monday. I'm terrible at music. I can never remember stuff about music. Getting better all the time. Yes, Mally. Yes. Need a striker. I still think. I still think 100%. So. Yeah, 100%. Totally back that. Our last calls Pervader bendy legs. Love that. She said, "Oh well, yeah." I mean, let's just hope that Farker is gonna get the best out of Pervader, because I remember seeing him a year or two ago playing, and I'm thinking, he's a decent talent, him, and then he just got shelved. He literally just got frozen out and shelved. And we got him from Man City, and I remember thinking, that if we're getting people out of Man City academies, they're going to be decent, prospects. But Pep lets all sorts of players go, and they end up being really decent players. So that if they've let him go, he's gonna have something about him. But if we could get that, whatever it is that's wrong with him, his attitude or training, lack of training, or whatever it is, and start getting him. It's about pulling the team together and getting them all pulling in the right direction, isn't it? And realising that it's not about your individual ego. It's about, as a team performance, we're playing for the shirt, playing for the badge, playing for the club, and most importantly, the fans. And I think if we can get them to understand that sometimes a game might not be ideal for you, don't take it personally. Just keep training hard, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll get your chance. Somerville and Drama have minor injuries. Somerville is coming to the end of a concussion protocol absence. Right, I didn't know there was such a thing. Drama has 7-day hamstring issue. Right. We had a bad pre-season under Bielsa. Wonder if Forest will pick up like we did back then. Well, interesting. It's an interesting thought. Yeah, we did have a bad pre-season under Bielsa, didn't we? But I can't even remember what happened last pre-season. Stu, can you? I don't recall.
Where did we go? We went somewhere. Wait, Bali? No.
It's probably
where did we go?
Spain or somewhere like that. Or Italy.
No, we went to Australia. We did
Australia. We did, because I was thinking, I could get I wish I could get a ticket for that, but bloody school had started, and I was like, and it'd have cost a few quid to get down to Australia to watch a Leeds game. I'll tell you. Firpo injured.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything on Firpo Malik at all. Nothing. Honestly.
Well, speculation were going around that he's off to Spain, wasn't there? But that seems to have died down.
Died down. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, all this speculation and gossip and rumour mills. They come and go, don't they? They're like the tides. Yes, Mally. Firpo was Firpo was born injured. Firpo, Harrison, and Adams are all injured, and they won't be back for the start of the season. Yeah, I seem to think might have read something about that, but my memory's going, and I need to go to bed. So I'm going to end this live stream in a minute. Jason laughs. That's good. Last print, yeah, you're right. TD5, yeah, we got that one. 10 out of 10. We beat Brisbane, lost to Villa. Because Archie Gray got nobbled in
Yeah.
He got nobbled by, was it McGinn?
Yeah, and then when we played Aston Villa in Premier League, he were a no-show. He didn't play.
Yeah. Nobbled Archie Gray, the swine. Anyway, we'll try and keep it not too hostile, because we're very happy with what we've just seen, and let's go to bed. I'm going to bed on a positive note. I hope all of you guys are. Stu, any final words before we go?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing what we do against Hearts. I'm looking forward to bringing in Darlow. I think they'll bring anyone else in before end of week? No, I think it'll be just Darlow. But yeah, there's positives, guys. There is positives to take from it. Yes, it's a pre-season. Yes, we still need quality players in, but there is a lot of there is positives from that game, definitely.
One of the points made is finally a clean sheet. We haven't seen one of them for a long time. So as a Leeds United fan, that has to be a very, very positive bit of news that, we've got 2 goals, but the clean sheet is a super important part of winning any football match, isn't it? It's got to be a key ingredient that we've got to be able to defend when called upon, that you're in your right positions, you're not going to get done, you're going to be hard to play against, and that's a super duper effort from Leeds today. I'm absolutely thrilled with that.
I am as well.
And I think that it just gives us that little bit of positivity that I think we've all been looking for a very long time now, that we can go out, play football, attractive football, we can get a clean sheet, and we can get a couple of goals as well against a team that, all right, they were probably poor today, and it probably wasn't their best starting 11, but still, they're in that squad for a reason. They can't be that bad, and perhaps other factors played a part in the result and the overall performance, etc. When is the Hearts game then, Stu? Do you have any idea? I'll tell you now. Actually, there's an update issued yesterday, and it says ticket allocation 3,100, 15 quid for adults, £5 for seniors and everybody else. 20 wheelchairs.
It's 3 o'clock on the 30th of July.
It is. You're right. Spot on, Stu. I'm just reading that bit now. So there we go. 30th of July. What day is that? Is it a Monday? That's not Monday, is it?
Is that Sunday? No. 3 days away.
No,
So what will that be? Sunday, yes.
Sunday. So yeah. So there we go. 3 o'clock Sunday. We'll try and get a watch along organised for that. I don't know if Stu will be available, but if you are, always a pleasure, Stu. And thanks very much for joining. And thank you very much for everybody in the comments for your kind words and everything like that. Take care of yourselves, marching on together, and let's see you Sunday, and let's hope for something similar on Sunday. Take care, all the best. Have a very good evening.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.